a le vent.
Dromedary, it's a lake for camels.
Gotcha.
Absolutely amazing. And you notice again. Is it amazing? Attention, just cette côté. Which colour do you like? I really need a cup of coffee now. Live here and then it was abandoned later on. They carve aqueducts, so it takes the rainwater away from the facade, so it doesn't go over the facade. Greek influences as well.
Nice to meet you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard. Turn it in with your camera.
Yeah.
And the towels. There's a lot of history on Angel Island. It's a lot of cool.
Hello everybody, welcome to my humble abode. And I really apologize for the quality of this webcam. I just ordered one on Amazon, so look forward to seeing this beautiful face in higher quality next time. But today I wanted to make a video about how I edit travel videos where I've edited for Airbnb. At the beginning of this video, you just saw some examples of my content that live on Airbnb's website. Overall, I edited about 100 videos that live on Airbnb's websites, advertising their experiences, their adventures, back when travel was a thing. But it was a great editing experience, and I edited, all dozens and dozens of videos in a very short time frame. And in the process, I got very good at creating travel videos in a very quick time span. Now, I'm not Sam Coulter, but I will show you how I do it, and so, very quickly in a way that you can do it as well. So as you can see here, this is an example of my travel video. This is me and my wonderful girlfriend, Laura. Say hey, Laura. So my process usually goes like this. Before I start, I usually pick out a song, and then I just download it from YouTube. y2mate.com is a great place to download YouTube videos. So you just put the thing in there, choose a song first, and then you get all your footage. You can see my, I'll go to my hard drive, and then we can go check out my footage in the Channel Islands. So I make a folder for the video and then put my different cameras in. So I have my GoPro folder right here, and then Channel Islands footage right in here. I record with iPhone mostly. It's just easier. I find that on a camping trip especially, or something like that, you can't really carry around camera equipment, especially when you're carrying around a bunch of water. Laura mostly carries most of the stuff for me anyways though. So after I import the footage into Adobe Premiere, I will do what's called pulling selects. So what I can do is, you can see this timeline right here, and you'll see all the different footage clips that I've pulled out of the timeline. So what I'll do is create my new sequence of the selects, and then go through the footage alphabetically. So make sure that the Premiere is at list view, because iPhones and most cameras number the footage. So you just want to start, at the very first clip, which in this case is 0987. Tell them what's up, Laura. Out here. Great. So one thing about editing is that you never want to just only watch your footage, because that will just waste an enormous amount of time. you'll end up like a day behind just because all you're doing is watching footage and you haven't cut anything. So as I'm pulling selects, here I'm going to duplicate this and then I'll show you what I do. So what this looks like when I'm just starting is I will take this piece of footage, I'll get a bit that I like. As I'm watching this in the source monitor right here, I'll play, in, out. So I'll say the end point is the point I want to start it, and the out point is the point I want the clip to end. And then I press, and then to start, I'm going to drag this sequence into the timeline, and then that's going to create a sequence for me. So then I'll call this selects. Example, I'm going to spell it and just delete this. So basically what I'm doing is making a timeline where all the clips in the timeline are going to be clips I want to use later on. So I do this process for the whole video. So once I'm done with this clip, I go to the next clip, in, out, and then make sure my playhead's at the very end, comma, and then keep going, right? In, out, okay, next clip, in, out, beautiful, next. And then as I go out throughout the whole thing, I go through all my shots that I got over my trip and edited this out. So when you're looking for this footage, not only are you looking for visual information or visual clips that you want to use for your video, right? So if we go here, press the tilde key when your mouse is over something to go full screen. You know, I can see, oh, I want to use this clip, great. But also keep in mind, listen as well. So as you're going through all this footage, you can watch it on double speed if you want. The more you do this, the quicker you're gonna get. But when you're first starting out, just watch it all the way through. In, I, press the I, and then out. And then once you're done, once you have your in and out set for any clip, just press the comma or the period key, and you're gonna bring it down here. And then as you're watching and listening, you're going to hear stuff that you might want to include, and then you're going to see stuff that you want to include in your video. Eventually, I'm going to delete this. Eventually, you're going to end up with a selects timeline once you go through all your footage. That looks kind of like this, right? It just cuts from different stuff. And once you watch that all the way through, you'll have somewhat of a skeleton for your video. Now, when I was doing this for Airbnb, it used to be like, I could have 30 to 40 minutes of footage here because they'd give me 1,000 clips for one video. So one thing you need to keep in mind is that never get caught up or obsess too much about any one little small detail. If you skip a clip, if you lose footage, it's all good. You can always make something out of what you have. Don't slow yourself down or obsess too much over any one decision because you're going to make 1,000 decisions over the course of this video. So after you have your timeline that looks kind of like this, right, where everything is just kind of laid out and you have all the good parts of all the clips of the video and the audio, then you can duplicate this sequence and change it from selects to video. You can call it the name of your video, whatever you want to call it. I always say video, but I could call it the Channel Islands because that's where this video was taking place. So then I basically go through. Because we duplicated it, I can always go back to these selects to see if I missed anything or if I delete, but I just become completely savage in deleting stuff. Like, my goal is to whittle this, 8 minutes of footage down into a 3-minute video. Only way you're going to do that is to start deleting and chop stuff up ASAP. So this is how the video starts.
What's up, Laura? Got him. Next up, Channel Islands.
So, timing it to the music, listening for audio, and kind of setting the stage. Audio-driven stuff was a very big focus when I was working this for Airbnb, and it's a great way to blur together cuts. And don't think that if you hear audio, don't think you have to use the corresponding video with that. An example of that is when this part. Not sure how easy it is to hear that, but basically this clip is from a different part of this video where we're seeing the dolphins. And I'm like, oh, the dolphin sprayed on me. The dolphin sprayed me. I liked that audio clip, so I took the audio clip, drug it under this video portion where I didn't actually say that during the real video, right? So that's this consideration. I added some sound effects and some titles just to make it a little bit more informational and set the scene. We didn't do that with Airbnb, but do what you want to do. And then you can watch this full video. It's on my YouTube to kind of see different decisions I made and trying to make it. This editing part, this is not something I can be able to teach you in one video. It's going to be stuff you learn over time. You're going to develop your own style. I can make more videos about that, but basically you're just chopping down all the selects that you have, trying to make a cohesive story, making it not randomizing the clips, kind of making it like, okay, this was the start, you want to tell a story, so you don't want to mix it up and jump around different scenes and stuff. You kind of want to keep the viewer in the same place and move them along. Then at the very end, don't leave your credits. And that's pretty much it. You can watch some other videos to see how I make a thumbnail for YouTube. If you want to get captions, you can upload it to rev.com. There's several different ways you can optimize it, but in general, I would say going through your footage, creating a selects portion where you pick out the good parts, and then bringing it into a different sequence and then chopping it down even more, and bringing the best video and audio sections into that part is going to be your best bet. So I hope this helps, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Before you know it, you can be editing for Airbnb too.